Hey, you all. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the South. More specifically, we are in Nashville, Tennessee, Music City, if you will. More specifically than that, we're here at the Opry Mills Mall. And even more specifically than that, we're here at the Madame Tussauds entrance to the Opry Mills Mall. Now, I've traveled and visited all the different Madame Tussauds that are in the United States. This one is very unique in the sense that it is only musicians, only wax figures of musicians, being Music City and all. Now, it is the day before Thanksgiving. I am traveling up north to be at my mom's tomorrow for Thanksgiving, but we were driving through Nashville. I figured it's been a while. It's been, I checked, it's been 4 years since I'd been to this particular Madame Tussauds. So I figured it was time for an update. So let's head here into the Opry Mills Mall and we'll give Madame Tussauds a look. It's always one of the best wax museums, some of the most realistic figures at Madame Tussauds. And of course, it is one of the one of the oldest and most prestigious wax museums in the world. Of course, Madame Tussauds got her start during the French Revolution, making wax figures, death masks off of severed heads that have been guillotined. But things got much brighter from there, and created a chain of wonderful museums across the world. I'd love to visit the Madame Tussauds in other countries as well at some point. Maybe not too far off in the future, hopefully. But nevertheless, let's head inside the Opry Mills Mall. Please follow me. Not sure how busy it's going to be today here at the mall. Black Friday's in only 2 days, so maybe people are holding off until then. Entered the Opry Mills Mall here. Different restaurants and shops. But here it is, the Madame Tussauds, Nashville. Okay, this is pretty amazing. I was wondering if they were going to do anything for Christmas. And they have Santa Claus. Oh my gosh, that pun work is amazing. Here he is, Santa Claus. Now here's where I run into a little bit of trouble in that I'm not the biggest music historian. I especially don't know a whole lot of country music. This is George Strait here. I'm familiar with the name, familiar kind of with who he is. Don't know a lot about his actual music. This is one of their newest figures here. This is Casey Musgraves. Again, not familiar with her music, but a wonderful looking wax figure. Almost missed Jimi Hendrix over here shredding his guitar. We wind our way back here through all this stage equipment. And there we go. They are decorated for Christmas. We saw Santa Claus. Also have Bob Marley's Christmas tree set up. And look at him. He is losing himself in the music. Probably listening to some old Christmas tunes. Maybe listening to like White Christmas or some other Christmas music like that. Yeah, looks like a good smattering of Christmas trees spread out through the museum. Now, they said the rules here are you can touch the figures to a degree. They said it's okay to put your arms around them for a selfie. And they said be real careful with the hair and the faces. Don't really want to touch that because you can scratch them or mess them up. Now, this is a musically themed wax museum, so a lot of copyright music being blasted right now. Some from this man right here, Mr. Michael Jackson. And we have this gentleman here, Elton John. Me and Jem were just talking about old Elton the other day, about how there was a song, Crocodile Rock, that he absolutely despises, but he sings it at every show. And we talked about how that's admirable. A lot of people, a lot of bands, like Radiohead notably, grown to hate their most popular song, but Elton realizes, you gotta give the people what they want, even if you're so sick of singing the words that you want to barf. There's Miss Whitney Houston dressed as 80s as possible. David Bowie, the man who sold the world, also the man who forgot to tie his bow tie. Now, I am a fan of Johnny Cash's music. So, you know, some sorts of country music I do find very, very enjoyable. I definitely like Johnny Cash. There's a handful of other artists, kind of that era, that type of stripped down country music I really, really do like. There's a radio tower here, WSM. So you got it decorated, some presents left under the radio tower. Oh, this looks like a Nashville suburban home here. See who lives in here. Oh, okay. It looks like there is a theater in here. So you can just sit in one of these comfy couches and watch a documentary about music. Oh, walking into Madame Tussauds workshop. So I guess technically this is not a musical figure. This is the one exception, but it's a good exception to make because it is the woman herself, Madame Tussauds. Whose face is that she's looking at? I'm not sure whose face that is. She does have her Christmas tree set up. You see the different items here on the table that she'd use to create a wax figure. Of course, she's holding the head there, getting that ready. We also have the wig, different colors of hair, different teeth, the extremities, the fingers, the paint and makeup. There's some of the wax. And, of course, the eyeballs. Let's see one of the faces there being constructed. Then we head here into WSM, the radio station. There's some of the radio broadcasting equipment here. Not sure who this guy is. He's missing a plaque. So if anyone can identify this man, leave a comment in the comment section. You can tune in to WSM here with this dial. Oh, I guess we got to use the headphones. Okay, actually giving some info about Patsy Cline. And speaking of Patsy Cline, here she is. We can actually see what it's like to produce a song by Patsy. All right, Patsy, it sounds good, but let's change up this time. Instead of saying crazy, say wacky. Actually, Patsy, I think we're gonna stick with crazy. See Hank Williams singing a tune here next to the Christmas tree, and instead of a star, it has a cowboy boot. And we do have props here. We're allowed to use any of the guitars hanging on the wall. All right, Hank. Just one question before we start jamming together. How do you play the guitar? It seems difficult. Here we have the Grand Ole Opry room. Here's Waylon Jennings leaning up against the General Lee. Of course, he did write the theme song for Dukes of Hazzard. And although it does look like something's missing from this particular General Lee. Yes, this General Lee is missing its back half. Here is the Grand Ole Opry tree, decorated mostly in burlap. This is country music comedian Miss Minnie Pearl, her trademark hat, where it still has the price tag hanging on it. And you can actually wear one of these prop hats to pose with Minnie Pearl. And there we go, got my price tag on there. So it's $1.98. And why is my hat so much bigger, Minnie? And there's Tammy Wynette. Stand by your man. And one of my personal favorite country music stars, Miss Loretta Lynn. Because if you don't want to go to Fist City, better detour around my town. Because I'll grab you by the hair of the head and lift you up off the ground. And here is a fully dressed Randy Travis. I don't know much about Jimmy Dickens here, but just by looking at this, I think he's the best dressed man that has ever lived. Also, I like that cool little gap between his teeth. And as we pass through the barn door here, oh my gosh, it's Elvis Presley driving a super cool car. I think we can actually get in here with him. Let's get in here with Elvis. Well, hey there, Elvis, the king of rock and roll. I visited Graceland, and I remember one of my biggest takeaways was like, Elvis was just like a big kid. Like, he just liked driving around golf carts all day. Just bought a bunch of vehicles just to drive them around Graceland. Yeah, I just had planes and whatever. He was so rich, he just bought whatever. And I remember we would fly to Colorado just to get a sandwich. Heading into another recording studio. This is the Nashville recording studio. And one thing I noticed, we have Elvis out here front in his car, and then also Elvis is also inside recording an album. Very rare that you have two wax figures of the same person that you can see at the same time. Actually, Elvis in here doing a duet with Jerry Lee Lewis. Elvis singing, dancing, Jerry Lee Lewis playing the piano like only he can. He does kind of like a hunched twerking motion while he's playing the piano. Also in here we have a very young Johnny Cash. Saw the older, more grizzled version of Johnny Cash out front, but here he is as a young man. And this is Carl Perkins. I don't know much about him, but apparently he actually wrote Blue Suede Shoes. I see him unloading some music equipment back here in this alley. Oh, look at this. They got another Jimi Hendrix. We saw him out front. I think it was pretty much the same figure, too. That's interesting. Here's Lucille's Blues and Boogie Bar. See Lucille's bar up there. And out front we have musician Muddy Waters playing on his guitar. Now, Lucille is the name of a guitar, not Muddy Waters' guitar, but B.B. King's guitar. So there you see him playing Lucille. Now, it's interesting. Yeah, he has a guitar named Lucille. I wonder if there's any other famous instruments that actually, where the individual instrument has its own name. I can't think of any other examples. Leave a comment in the comment section if you can think of one. And it does say here that B.B. King, B.B. is short for Beale Street Blues Boy, shortened to Blues Boy, and then B.B. And you see B.B. here is ready for the Christmas season in his Santa's hat. In addition to B.B.'s Blues Boogie Bar, we have Sam's Soul Shack here. This is dedicated to soul music. The Soul Lounge. There's Marvin Gaye singing Let's Get It On. Aretha Franklin there asking for just a little R-E-S-P-E-C-T. And over here we have Diana Ross and little Stevie Wonder playing his piano. James Brown back here crooning to the Soul Shack Christmas tree. There's also a jazz club here. You'll see who's performing tonight in the jazz club, a very classy jazz Christmas tree. Oh, they're actually handing out candy here. What's Haribo's Star Mix? Over here we have Billie Holiday. And here is New Orleans' favorite son, Louis Armstrong, with his trumpet. They call him Satchmo. And over there it says the reason they called him Satchmo was it stood for short for satchel mouth, because when he was a little boy he picked pennies up off the street and hid them in his mouth. I did not know that. Ella Fitzgerald here and Louis Armstrong are telling me that I should join their band and play the drums. Oh, what's that? You think I should actually switch instruments From the drums to the bass. There's Duke Ellington pounding away on the piano. And sitting on this bench is Connie Britton. He says she was an actress in the television show Nashville, so that's fitting. It says that she also does sing too, so she counts as a musician. There's Keith Urban and his cool motorcycle. But in order to be cool enough to hang out with Keith Urban, you got to put on one of these leather jackets. Oh, Keith, this jacket is way too tight. Can't I just wear a cool t-shirt with tattoos like you? What kind of venue is this? Well, look at over here. A man we lost this year, Ozzy Osbourne, illustrious career, and had the rare honor to be able to attend his own funeral. Oh, look at Ozzy's Christmas tree with a bat on top because one time he bit the head off a bat. He bit the head off. What wild times Ozzy Osbourne lived through. Bit the head off a bat. Jeez, Bono, get off the bar. You're gonna get it all scuffed up. Look at that. You've already scuffed it. Over here by the jukebox, we got Mr. Jerry the Garcia giving his trademark hand salute. Well, actually, just he's missing a finger, but that's what his hand looks like. You mind if I pound on your bongos there, Jerry? Oh, and who's this in the corner, drinking alone? Oh, it's Mr. Bruce Springsteen. Looks like he's writing the lyrics for Thunder Road there. You can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire. It's like dancing in the dark. Look who's lurking out by the entranceway. It's Mr. Bob Dylan with his trademark hands-free harmonica. Then we got old Janis Joplin here with her suitcases all packed. She's ready to hit the road, much like me, because both me and Janis know that freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. There's Gaga there. I was hoping they'd have her in her meat dress. Remember when she wore the meat dress? Remember when she wore a dress made out of Kermit's? She should go back to doing more crazy stuff like that. And Mr. Shawn Mendes here, leaning against the wall. He's not wearing any shoes. Not sure who he is. Got Beyonce in here, and there is a lot of copyright music being blasted, but I did notice they are blasting some Christmas music here in the Nashville Madame Tussauds. There's Rihanna over here with her pearl sunglasses. There's Harry Styles back here. I really like him in that song. What's that song? My Dog Is My Boyfriend. We got Katy Perry over here. Remember when she went to space? That was pretty cool. Bieber over here showing off some of his tattoos. Always interesting to see like tattooed skin on a wax figures. I guess they're like wax twos. And Timberlake over here looks like he's maybe doing the moonwalk. Pink over here in this heart. She's got some wax twos as well. I wonder if you have to update wax figures when the real person gets a tattoo. You have to add it to the figure. I believe this is brand new here. They're Taylor Swift. Apparently the Madame Tussauds company just created 13 different Taylor Swifts, and they spread them around the world. So they made 13 Taylor Swifts based on different parts of her career and different performances, and then sent them all out to different Madame Tussauds museums. There's Sam Smith over here. Where's Tom Petty? Oh, we got Adele over here. Whenever I hear Adele or see Adele, reminds me of my daughter. She used to sing "Rolling in the Deep" when she was little, and it was really amazing and adorable. This is Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, kind of what I consider to be like modern country, which is, not for me really. It's, very polished, radio-friendly version of country that a lot of people do enjoy. Oh, there's Hootie over in the corner, and they actually changed this figure. It actually used to have a projected face and could talk, but now it's just a proper wax Hootie. and the biggest rock stars in this entire museum. We actually have Alvin and the Chipmunks as wax figures. This is Blake Shelton there putting his cowboy boots on the coffee table. And again, look at that. Look at that. He put a scuff right there. This figure here is Luke Bryan.
Alright, ready? Don't forget to tag me in this pic.
Oh, he's talks. He's the talking Luke Bryan. It's often startling when there's only one figure in the whole wax museum that talks.
Hey guys, it's Luke here. Got you.
You got me. Jump scared me. In this room here, we actually have the stage from the Grand Ole Opry, just covered with a bunch of different country superstars. I do recognize Rita McEntire. I think this is Alan Jackson over here. I'm not sure who this nice lady is here, but that is, I guess, Jason Aldean. I'm cheating, of course, because I read it off of his guitar. Yeah, I guess this is some sort of super group, and looks like they're in need of a drummer. Or we can be the singer here. Just take the stage. Oh, got the spotlight. I'm gonna sing you guys the only song I remember. What do tigers dream of when they take their little tiger snooze? Do they dream of mauling zebras? Halle Berry in her Catwoman suit. Now don't you worry your little tiger head. I'm gonna get you back to Tyson in your cozy tiger bed. Then we're gonna find our best friend Doug, and then we're gonna give him a best friend hug. Doug, Doug, Dougie, Doug, Dougie, Dougie, Doug, Dougie, Doug. And it is time to exit through the gift shop. Got the Taylor Swift section over here. Get the Team Taylor t-shirt. And you can buy some albums here on vinyl. Different Taylor Swift albums. This is the Madame Tussauds bear. You can drink out of his head if you want. Some different awards. The gold microphone. The gold guitar. Oh, this bear's actually shredding a guitar. Oh, he get a Grammy. That's a Grammy, right? And this is a lunchbox. It's like a little guitar case. Oh, one more wax figure. We got Kid Rock here on the markdown table. Oh yeah, they do have some different vinyl here. And some band t-shirts, Guns N' Roses. I didn't see Guns N' Roses in there. Nor did I see the Rolling Stones. Some Michael Jackson Funkos. And some Tupac Funkos. Where was Tupac? I didn't see any Rapsters in there. You have a smiling plushy cowboy hat and a smiling plushy boot. But look at this. We have a pressed penny machine here. I don't know what pennies you get. It says either insert $5 bills or 5 ones. Let's see if we can get these pennies to work. It does not look like the pressed penny machine's working. Dang it! I don't have these Madame Tussauds pennies. Dang it! I have to come back sometime and get these. So very fun, a little twist on your traditional Madame Tussauds. Kind of focus on music, especially country music. Your classic mid-mall kiddie rides. Oh, there's Clifford. Clifford the big red dog. The claw machine bus. And some photo booths. Still debating whether or not I'm going to do the year of the photo booth at some point. I feel like Auntie Anne's is like the official smell of every mall in the country. When I smell Auntie Anne's, to me it just smells like the mall. Because the smell of the pretzels, just, I don't know, the scent carries throughout the entire mall. I don't know, I didn't know pretzels were so stinky. And here's a tradition here, the Mall Santa. How are you doing, Santa? Merry Christmas. Yeah, I'd say it's fairly busy today. I think people are already beginning their Christmas shopping. Look at this snowman. For some reason, she's wearing a purse as a hat. I think we may peek in here at Bass Pro Shops Outdoor World. I do like these giant fish pillows. We got a piranha, a shark, a clownfish, a catfish. Well, I'm surprised I don't have any axolotls. And they do have this giant aquarium here in the middle of the store, surrounded by some taxidermy. Yeah, look at this big grizzly bear. Up there's a deer running around the edge of that cliff. Another bear walking over the water on a log. Look at these fish. Some gar. Big fish here. We got this massive fireplace here, surrounded by all sorts of wildlife heads. And here's a consolation prize. We do have a Bass Pro Shops Outdoor World pressed penny machine. Here's the thing, though. I left my bag of pennies back in the car, and I went to customer service to get change, because that's the only place you can get change. I went to another cashier. They couldn't give change. I went to customer service. Waited probably 10-15 minutes, and she told me that they don't give them pennies anymore. They have eliminated pennies altogether, even though they have this pressed penny machine in the store. So I was able to scrounge 2 pennies. It's a rough time for pennies right now, so I can pick 2. So let's go with the logo, and we'll get this bear here. Yeah, the noose is starting to tighten on getting pennies. So we were able to finagle 2 more pressed pennies for the collection. Yeah, that just really got me thinking there. Again, I went, asked for change at one of the, I think it was like the fishing counter over there. Like, we're sorry, we can't open I'm not allowed to open this. You know, I can't give you change, but you can go to customer service and ask for change. And I'm like, okay. And then part of my head's like, man, I remember a time when you walked up to a cash register, you could give change. You needed change, you get change. Walk up to anyone handling money, they would make you change right there. And I noticed that more so in the last couple of years, that just times where you need change, sometimes you just can't get it. I remember needing change for laundry and like I had to end up going to like several businesses because they wouldn't give quarters. I remember like Walmart wouldn't give quarters. Like, it was weird. It's getting so much harder to actually get change. But at the same time, you have this whole thing with the pressed pennies and the elimination of the penny. It was just a week or 2 ago where the last penny that's ever been minted has been minted. So there will be no new pennies in United States. Most countries got rid of pennies a long time ago. We still have pennies here technically. But yeah, it made me think of just like the pinch that we're in here, because if they're eliminating pennies, I don't know if there's been an official announcement on what we're going to do here in the United States, but if we're going to start rounding to the nickel, which I guess is the logical step, then stores don't really need to carry pennies. I never really thought about that, but they're not going to carry pennies anymore. I guess Bass Pro Shop, Outdoor World, they've made their decision. They're not going to carry pennies. And I'm wondering if this is like a across-the-board type thing, if you're just not going to be able to get pennies anymore. So I'm going to have to be extra vigilant. I left my pressed pennies in the car because almost all the theme parks I've been to, they're cashless, so the pressed penny machines are powered by credit card. But so I left my penny bag in the car. I usually carry it with me. But so whenever I ever leave my penny bag in the car, I can usually get some change. But I'm gonna have to be extra vigilant because now cash registers are not even gonna have pennies in them, and that's crazy. I don't know what is the future of pressed pennies going to look like. Is it are we gonna see them disappear? You know, like I said, here they have a pressed penny machine, so people are naturally gonna ask for pennies. They don't have pennies, so maybe they're just gonna get rid of the machine. Just theorizing here, are they gonna get rid of the machine just because it's becoming disruptive, because people are asking for pennies, they don't have pennies, they can't fulfill that. It's easier to just get rid of the machine than to have pennies. Of course, the machines can be converted in, and they can be changed to the type that take credit cards. So I think any machine that takes credit cards is safe for now, but the cranks, the whiny cranks, I don't know. Places may quit carrying them, quit bothering to fix them. You know, like I said, they might become a nuisance, people asking for pennies when they just don't have them. So man, I'm gonna be extra vigilant about getting all the pressed pennies I can, especially from those type of machines. Now, it's gonna take a long time before pennies get out of circulation. You know, every penny that's ever been printed that's not been destroyed is still out there somewhere in circulation. And I've heard some people theorize that it's not the end of the pressed penny machine, that maybe this will be the ultimate fate of the penny, that they will all be used to be smashed to make pressed pennies. That will be the primary, literally be the primary purpose of the penny, to be smashed in pressed penny machines. It'll be interesting, just interesting to see how things play out. I'm a little nervous because I love the pressed pennies, and I'm gonna keep getting as many as I can now before, because we don't know, they might disappear, or who knows, they might make more, so we can smash all those pennies. But I don't know, join me folks as we go on a journey to smash every last penny in the United States until there are none left. I think we're gonna grab something to eat here, and we have Aquarium, the underwater dining adventure. It's a restaurant owned by Landry's. They also operate Bubba Gump Shrimp and Rainforest Cafe, so a lot of themed dining experiences. Here you dine amongst aquariums, and they actually operate several full aquariums. They operate the Houston Aquarium and the Denver Aquarium. They own different restaurants too. I think Saltgrass actually is a Landry's restaurant. But yeah, I think today they do have a Rainforest Cafe here in the mall, but I think we'll dine here at Aquarium today. All right, enter here through the fish tunnel. Let's walk to the seat here. Say hello to the fish. There's a stingray down there. So here's our table here. Got a good view of that big aquarium there. Watch the stingrays swim as we dine. Little seahorse salt and pepper shakers. I like the colors on this menu. Reminds me of Meow Wolf. But yeah, good seafood in here. I'm looking at this New Orleans combo: catfish topped with crawfish, scallops, mushrooms, grilled shrimp, crab cakes. Sounds like a lot of good seafood. Let's go get a closer look at some of the fish here. Hey there, little Ray. Hey there. I love the stingrays. You gotta love rays. Oh, look at that one. You can see his little mouth. Like a big tarpon there. Oh, is that a barracuda? I think that's a barracuda. My dinner has arrived. This is the New Orleans combo. You got a piece of catfish there. It's covered with crawfish and scallops. Crawfish and scallops, two of my favorite things in the world. Also got some yummy looking shrimp and this big delicious looking crab cake here. This looks yummy. Oh my, let's try this. Let's get a little bit of fish and crawfish, which are not technically fish. They're like little lobsters. Now, I love pretty much anything Cajun. That's so good. The creamy shrimp. Got a little bit of the crab cake as well. Oh my gosh. Excellent. Scalp there. All very delicious. We have obtained Clean Plate Club status. We'll say goodbye for now to our aquatic friends. There's a little shark. Look up there. There's a big moray eel. Pretty cool fish tank here. Hey, catfish. You like belly rubs? My cats do. And look at this. First thing you see in the gift shop. A giant bloated axolotl. And collect them all you can. We got 8 Aquarium Nashville pennies here. Eight more pennies out of circulation and into my collection. Of course, if you like a pressed penny with my face on it, you can get that in the souvenir shop down below. And it looks like Madame Tussauds closed down early today, I guess because tomorrow's Thanksgiving. They closed early. It's not even 5 o'clock quite yet. Normally they're open till 8, but yeah, it looks like they shut down so they can go celebrate Thanksgiving with their family. But I just want to say, I just wanted to give one last Merry Christmas to Santa Claus. I think it's great to go back and revisit some of these wax museums, Madame Tussauds, Hollywood wax museums. I've been to every wax museum in the United States, but it's always interesting to see, what they've changed, the new figures they've got. But that makes me really excited about possibly checking out other countries. Of course, right now thinking England, maybe France. They have Madame Tussauds there that I have not visited. So the idea of opening the egg, cracking the egg open, and being able to venture outside of the U.S. and see some of these for the first time. I remember, back when I first started, there was a whole country to visit. There was a point I was trying to visit all the Ripley's, believe it or not. There was a point I was trying to visit all the Madame Tussauds, then all the wax museums in general. I accomplished all those goals. So thinking about going outside of the country, visiting these attractions, versions of these attractions that I've not been to, is super exciting to me. Also visiting theme parks and amusement parks in other countries really excites me. So I'm starting to get, as the end of the year grows close, starting to really gear up and get some excitement about the thought of possibly doing a little bit of international travel, hopefully next year. So unfortunately, I got some bad news. I do read the comments throughout the day. I do check comments regularly and got a few comments over the course of the day that Bumper, the cat that I met at Fun Spot, I was at Fun Spot I think 5 days ago, and I met Bumper, a little cat that lived there on Fun Spot property, lived under the Screaming Eagles, the spinning eagle ride. That was the cat's home. She was born at Fun Spot. Her name was Bumper because she was born under the bumper cars, and she made her home under this Screaming Eagle. She didn't mind. I think there's actually photos of the ride running and Bumper just hanging out there. She liked the eagle for some reason. That was her home. She liked being near that particular ride, and apparently she had been an icon. She'd been there 14 years. She was an icon, a local icon. People would come out to the park to see her. When I was there, some people had come, looked like just to visit, and give her some treats. And I got to meet her, got to pet her. And yeah, sadly she passed away I think 2 days ago. So just it would have been like 3 days after I visited, she passed away, which just blew me away. I've been there 14 years. I met her for the first time, and I think I even said in the video, told people to come by and say hello to her. So really, really sad. I have cats of my own. I have a very, very soft spot for cats, and yeah, I got to pet her. I noticed, something like, it was an older cat. She was an older cat, 14 years old. She walked a little different, kind of felt a little thin when I petted her, but I didn't think anything of it at the time, but possible, had some health problems. They said that she went quietly in her sleep, just did not wake up. And, I know, I've had a lot of cats, and I know cats, and some cats really love, living in a warm house with people around. Some cats don't like to be around people all the time. Some cats like to be around people a little bit of the time, and it seemed like Bumper liked people, but, wanted to live on her own. Some cats love, cats are animals, and some cats like living outside. Some cats like being feral. Some cats like the freedom to live in the wild. And I think it's really cool that Fun Spot let her stay there and just let her be, 14 years of happy life there. Like I said, I know local people did help take care of her and made sure she was always fed. So she was well taken care of. She must have just, been ill or something. Cats get sick, and it's hard to tell. It's hard to pick up on, because they can't tell you that they're sick. But man, it really hit me because I just saw her the other day. So I hopefully I got a few shots of her, and hopefully that'll help her memory carry on a little bit for those that cared about her. In the video I put out. So my condolences goes to the people of Fun Spot, the people that work there, the people that visit there, for the loss of Bumper, a wonderful, wonderful little cat that lived at a theme park. Right now, I think I got about 7 hours to go to my mom's house. So I am probably just going to focus on driving the rest of the day. I think I'm going to say goodbye to you guys now, and I will be back at some point. I'm really not sure. I may pop in the next couple days to say hello. I may film, I may not. I don't know. My focus is to spend time with the family, and I will be back with you guys very, very soon. Thank you for coming along with me. Thank you for being on me in this journey and all the other journeys. I really do appreciate it. If you're newer here, I travel around the country. I film roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and other fun stuff. I've been to 50 United States. And again, if you'd like to help here on the channel, there's always Patreon, $3 or more. We'll get you a postcard once a month. We sell some souvenirs down in the souvenir shop over at Etsy. And Cameo. I'm doing personalized messages on Cameo. If you're interested in receiving a video message from me, or a message to send to someone for any occasion, feel free to do so. And all those things really do help. In fact, all those things help. All those things can be found in the description, and all those things help to keep this train on the track, this boat in the water, and this dirigible in the air. Till next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.